I came across a video where some people confronted an oppressive soldiers who came to molest and harass a motorist. And I ask again, Nigerians, when would you have it enough? Wonderful people, viewers and subscribers, you're welcome back again. This is BVI Channel 1, where we tell you undiluted truth. Nigerians, when would we call ourselves meeting and ask ourselves one simple question? When would this bad government get to the point that we will say enough is enough? Many people have spoken about the tax reforms. Many content creators have posted about tax reforms of this government. Now I'm about to spark. Makandi English teachers here, please correct me. But we are here to say it the way it is, so that Nigerian people will understand where this government is coming from and heading to. For you who no understand this tax reform, listen to this.
The UN has been sending Western tax collectors to Africa to force the continent to pay their foreign debts. And this organization is called Tax Inspectors Without Borders. And if you think this isn't real, here is their website. They are implementing sales tax, minimum tax rates, taking African businesses to court for tax evasion, and they are bragging about the billions they collect from the continent. What the UN does is they send forensic tax auditors from the West to African nations to close loopholes, audit businesses, and implement tax laws that extract as much money as possible from the local population in order to pay back IMF and World Bank loans. And they are very good at what they do. Tunisia was one of the first countries to work with the UN tax collectors in 2015. And since then, the Tunisian government has increased tax revenue over 50% relative to GDP. Recently, you've probably seen different tax reform laws in West Africa, Kenya, among others, and all were pretty unpopular, but they were implemented with a carrot and stick methodology. If the African leaders don't work with the Western tax collectors, they face sanctions. But if they play nice with the tax collectors, they get more loans from the IMF. And you've probably figured out this game already. The West is getting the African nations to run up large debts, then training the African governments to collect the interest payments from the local population. And that money then goes to Western banks. And in many African countries, over 70% of the government revenue goes towards debt servicing. So it's essentially a much more efficient form of colonialism. But I want to know what you guys think. Have you seen unpopular tax reforms in your country? Have they increased your cost of living, or have they had a positive impact?
Good. It is not surprising that it is everywhere. The MOU this government of Tinubu signed with France, it is for the purpose. The same people, the same government on its day one announced removal of subsidy.
The first subsidy is gone.
And that is the beginning of the journey of hardship. All Nigerians under this current administration or regime, if I may say. It is still the same government that said that removal of fuel subsidy, the excess money that is being used to sponsor and fund fuel subsidy, will be used for infrastructure and other things they promised Nigerians. How far? What has changed? The same regime have borrowed much more than any other regime put together.
It has become essential to pursue prudent external borrowing to close the financial shortfall. These funds will primarily be directed towards critical infrastructure projects, including sectors of power, railways, healthcare, amongst others. It will enable the federal government of Nigeria meet its obligations under the CPS and restore confidence in the pension industry. Positive welfare effect on the retirees, as this will enable them to meet their basic needs, such as payments for routine drugs, rent, school fees of their children, and other family needs. This will improve the health and avoid untimely death of the retirees.
Since the borrowing is for the settlement of federal government of Nigeria pension obligations to retirees, it is an essential investment in human capital development.
And now, to be able to pay back, to still have credit to borrow more, they need France to collect these taxes from you. And what do they use it to do? Your president bought private jets, bought yacht, built, like I heard, a presidential palace in Lagos. The children living luxury lives. I mean, children of all politicians, the governors, whom this government proudly and boldly said they are sending much more than they have been receiving in monthly allocation. You've seen the extravagant lives of their children. The one that happened in Delta State, it didn't come to me as a surprise.
Jesus! Toyota Camry 20. Where is the Camry? Where is it? Come on for real. Come on for real. This one.
This is all they do with the borrowed fund. This is how they tax you to death, to pay for their lifestyle. Imagine a state governor's son doing Christmas for 10 age with cars. What is the son's profession? What business and investment? What company is he running? Which company? Which business? None. Because the father is a governor. You will be paying for all of this. It didn't come to me as a surprise. Since Sheyi Law, or what do you call him? Sheyi Tinubu, or whatever they call him. I normally call him Sheyi Law. It seems that guy Sheyi Law had become part of Tinubu's administration and his family. But that is by the way. I'm not surprised that Sheyi Tinubu is showing example to all governors' children and the ministers and rest of them. They live in luxury at your expense. The money you are crying for, tax reform, you'll be taxed to this. You are paying for their luxury. Because these people who are collecting this tax are collecting this money from you to repay the money they borrowed. What have changed? What have improved in Nigeria? Nothing. Tell me one thing that have improved. Insecurity. Has it improved? Do you have a better security in Nigeria? What about health sector? Has anything improved? Even the electricity he promised Nigerians. How far? As I'm talking to you, I'm running on generator. Nigerians are still living in darkness, paying for darkness. I'm telling you, when would we have it enough? Where would we start and where would we end? The education, even those who have graduated, how far? What opportunities do you have? Nigerians have never migrated and jabbed more than what Nigerians are jabbering today. That even countries are banning Nigeria. You hear America ban Nigeria, America ban Nigeria. Do you think that these politicians are affected? You are dreaming. You, the ordinary Nigerians, will be the biggest victims of this travel ban. Most of your politicians have dual passports. 99% of them do have dual citizenship. No wonder they are not loyal to this thing they call a country they govern. Beginning from your president to the least of them. They don't care. They are not affected. Because they all have dual passports. Their children are not even living in this country they so much loved as they say. You are the ones that are trapped in this country and there is no running away. They have locked the cage and the prison called Nigeria. There is no escape for you. And I ask again, Nigerians, when would you have it enough? I came across a video where some people confronted an oppressive soldiers who came to molest and harass a motorist. This one happened, I think, in Edo State recently. And it resonates with me that until Nigerians say enough is enough to your oppressors and rise shoulders to shoulder with each other to put an end to this madness, nobody is coming to save you. This video shows me that until Nigerians say enough is enough, overcome their fear and confront their enemies, I'm telling you, this impunity will continue come 2027. I just want to deliver this message, and I hope many Nigerians will see it and share it. My name is Asus Chinedu Peters, your advocate for good governance. Let me have your opinion on the comment section. And if you agree with this message, share it to everyone. Bye-bye for now. GGN, uniting the people for good governance.